So, Rob Van Dam, you just were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. How good did that feel?
Well, I guess that makes it official. It just happened. Felt awesome. You know, it's an honor to have the whole body of work of all of my efforts up till this point rewarded. That's what it feels like. You know, it's like the WWE universe saying, "Hey, we appreciate you for everything that you've done, all of your contributions, so much that you belong up there with the legends." Dude, how's that gonna feel? Pretty good.
Can you take us back to where and when you were when you found out that this was going to happen for you?
I was at home. I got a phone call from John Laurinaitis. Very happy to hear that he's back in the position that he's in. Longtime friend. Johnny and I wrestled in Japan together many times, starting back in '93. So I've known him since then. So it was cool to get a phone call from the friend. He said that he wanted to be the one to call me to tell me or to ask me actually. He said, Vince told me to give you a call and see if you'd be interested in being in the Hall of Fame 2021. Yeah, totally interested, man. Keep talking. Let's do this.
When you were back in the bingo halls, back in the ECW arena, forget about the Hall of Fame. Did you think that you would be in WWE?
Well, there was a point when I was in ECW at the bingo hall where everybody knew that I was a seeked out commodity. I had an offer to go to WCW, and we were right in WWE's backyard. You know, I did the invasion angle in WWE, and that's when Vince told me himself that he wanted me here, which was a surprise to me during the invasion angle. That's not what I was there for, but I was misled. And anyway, I think everybody knew at a certain point. You know what I mean? That's what the wrestlers did back then, was they jumped ship for what they considered a better opportunity. More money, more exposure. For me, the better opportunity was going to be in being able to showcase my talents, my preferred style. You know, I felt like if only ECW would grow to the point of where it could reach sustainability and we could stay in ECW and get more exposure, that would be king. So that's what I wanted, and that's why I stuck with it, you know, as it was on its rise. You know, we had a couple hundred people in the crowd. Then eventually we got 7,000 people in the crowd, you know. We got our own magazine, our own action figure, you know. Hey, we're doing pay-per-views, like all of that. They were all steps building, you know. And so we had a lot of optimism, a lot of hope. Sometimes you got to look for it, but it's always there. A little bit before that, I can't say that I knew, you know, but when I grew up in the Midwest, that's all that we got on TV was WWE. We weren't exposed to any other wrestling organizations that had different styles or different characters or anything. So when I wanted to be a wrestler, it was definitely my goal was definitely to make it to the WWE.
You talked a little bit in your speech about how much the fan support has been there for you since the beginning. Take us back to One Night Stand, when everybody just showed up and were backing you, and what was the feeling like when you walked out through that curtain?
This was a very special, once-in-a-lifetime night. You know, the Hammerstein Ballroom was filled with people. 100% of these people were behind me. They all wanted me to win that match. They all followed my path, supported my choices. They were like-minded in the sense that ECW or extreme style of wrestling was the preference. They wanted that to be king. They wanted ECW to beat WWE, and that's what happened on that night. And those people were so awesome. They were all so for everything that I stood for and so against everything that John Cena stood for at that time, because he was the traditionalist representing the WWE, and this was the countercultural hardcore fans there to voice their opinion, and they were so good. That's why when I won, it really was a victory for everybody, because it wasn't just me. Everybody that was in that frame of mind, everybody that had that passion, they were all celebrating. They were all so happy. So it's like we all won. That's how I felt.
Great. Thank you so
Cool.
much. Congratulations.
Cool. Thanks, dude.